Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be covering all the recent Lord of the Rings TV series news. And please stick around to the end of the video as you have so many different pieces of information collated all together in this one video, like spy reports and new crew members being added and a production update from the director himself. So it is really interesting, but the first bit we're looking at is that the Vulcan Reporter, a news article that are reporting that Bad Robot joins production of Amazon's The Lord of the Rings TV series, and says below, today I have learned that Bad Robot Productions will be joining the production of Amazon's upcoming series. And if you don't know, Bad Robot is a production company which is, I think, headed by J.J. Abrams, who famously worked on Star Trek and Star Wars. And some people, and of course the Vulcan Reporter, are so far one of the only news sources who are actually reporting this. We don't know the legitimacy and if this is true or not. So at the moment this has been reported, so we don't know if this is fact. But as we continue, it says Bad Robot's responsibility is to ensure that the series gets made to a high standard. And if you guys don't know about Bad Robot Productions, is that they're actually quite contradicting, because the work they do on productions for movies is not, the production value is good, but the actual movies that are created aren't that good. For example, Star Wars and Star Trek and how they handled them, that's of course up to your own interpretation of how you feel about those films. But for television series, when they work on television productions, they've actually done really well. For example, Westworld, I believe, and stuff like Lost, they've done really well on production like that. So if they are involved, because of course we still don't know if they are involved or not, but if they are involved, I think they won't be involved in the story thing. They're probably going to be involved in the production cost and managing the production, because this is $1 billion show and Amazon want to be looking after their money. Now we have some even more interesting news coming out, where the director himself, J.A. Bayonne, has put on his Instagram story, "This is my phase of having completed more than half the weeks of shooting. More tomorrow." Then he does an emoji of a wizard, elf, and elves, I believe. So yeah, it's interesting he said more than half the weeks of shooting. As we know, he's actually director for episode 1, episode 2, which are the pilot episodes. So maybe that means he's over halfway through the production of the pilots and the filming of the pilots. I'm not sure. Maybe because of the COVID situation, he's directing more episodes and maybe he's further along in production. But so far we don't know how far into filming production they are. But it's interesting that he has said more than half the weeks of shooting. Now moving on to the next bit of news that came out. So yesterday I actually shared this tweet on the Reddit of Lord of the Rings on Prime, and I actually found out that no one actually seen this here, where Jennifer Hutchinson, one of the lead writers for the Lord of the Rings TV series, said people really do believe every poorly sourced rumour that randomly gets posted on these here internets, huh? And then Patrick McKay, who is one of the 2 showrunners for the Lord of the Rings TV series, replied with "Hi." So what do you think that Jennifer Hutchinson was referring to? And I believe that most likely she's referring to the nudity rumours, and that it's been blown way out of proportion and these rumours are likely false and not true. And that is really interesting, and I think that, I know it even says on the Reddit as well, that it is quite coincidental that she has written and posted this during the time where lots of things will be coming out regarding nudity in the Lord of the Rings TV series. Also the fact that Patrick McKay has replied indicates even further that it is probably about the nudity rumours and rumours regarding the show. But then of course she came out, I believe a few hours later, after the One Ring Nest found out about this tweet and started accusing Amazon and her of saying stuff like this. And she said, "Hey everyone, a reminder that I cannot talk about Lord of the Rings at all. I do not tweet about it beyond official announcements, even if vague subtweets." And I feel kind of bad for this in the end, because my account was the one who did raise this to everyone and found out now she's maybe getting a bit of things back. So if she is watching this, I'm actually quite sorry. But it was quite a weird tweet putting out that around the time that all these nudity rumours are coming us, and I still believe that she is still talking about that, by the way, but that's all up to your own interpretation. Next up, it has been revealed that Christina Patterson has joined the crew of the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV series, and I might have to say that she is a really talented worker, and makeup department artist, a special effects artist, and she's worked on so many different movies and TV series. And you can see the photos down below of her. You can see her working on the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I think that's the White Walker there, but you can see the Pirates of the Caribbean. Got so many different movies. Britannia, that's a good TV. So you've got the Mandalorian, and then we have so many different, you see all these movies she's worked on. Artemis Fowl, it's just amazing. And then I think the second Maleficent. Then we also have Game of Thrones coming up as well, which is really interesting, and that is good that she is probably in the cast. And I believe that she worked on The Hobbit as well, but please don't quote me on that. I'm not quite sure the truth to that. Also, Twitter outlet Terra Media Bia are reporting that the Lord of the Rings series is using new technology in its filming, and that they're using LED screens, and that these LED screens have also been used on The Mandalorian as well. Here are some pictures from the documentary done on these LED screen lights on The Mandalorian, and you can see it's quite a curved screen you can see from here, and it feels like the actors are actually immersed in the atmosphere, which is really good, and it enhances their acting as well, and it's all real time, which is also great. Also, a spy report has come out from user Shoya Kageyama, and they say been seeing a lot of interesting things going on there, and quote, there's actually Auckland since going back to level 1. Since going back to level 1, I've been seeing gigantic screens, props, lights, and all types of things going across the roads. They go on to say, edit, to clarify, I can't actually see any of the cast and crew while they're shooting. There are containers surrounding the set, so it's hard to see anything aside from the hooch set, camera rigs, lights, cranes, green screens, and some props. I usually see the cast arriving early morning the same way every day, all separately in white Toyota Camrys with their drivers. Then I see the sign in and the gates open. They continue down a really long tunnel, and there's also lots of cameras and guards as well. So, and they leave the same way. So this is really interesting that this has been reported by a person who's apparently in Auckland and spying on the set. And they finish off with, there's a railway overpass right next to it that if I stand on I can see all the way down the driveway, but from there I can't see the set. I saw a truck arrive with a lot of what seemed to be dead alien looking trees. And then yeah, that's really interesting, dead alien looking trees, so he has seen that. So hopefully this person will come out with more things later on as well. Finally, to end off with, Galadriel actress Morfydd Clark has come out again because her new film Saint Maud has come out and released in cinemas. She's doing more press release and press talking about it, and she's still talking about the Lord of the Rings as well. And she says that there's lots of physical activity, so my body's kind of like, what's happened, having spent most of my life being naturally skinny and doing no exercise, quite a big shock. So that means the Galadriel actress is actually doing quite a lot of physical activity. So take from that what you must, and you can speculate as well. It's interesting that the Galadriel actress is doing a lot of physical activity. So there is all the recent news regarding the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV series. I am trying my best to keep you guys all up to date with the news, so I hope you appreciated it. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next video my friends, goodbye.